Hello guys, and welcome back to the Sino-Soviet Union playthrough. In the last episode, we finished up our fight with the United Kingdom, and I finished taking the scraps that Dema had to release, and even picked my next target. And today, all the random wars continue. Ireland is going to have to die if I want to secure this area. If Ireland secured, my British Isles should be just as impenetrable as they were for the British, especially if I have the Navy to protect it, although Navy is a long process of getting.
That's why I was like, yeah, we shouldn't go to war just yet.
Oh no shit. The US hasn't taken any damage and they still have such a giant Navy.
I was just thinking that, I was like, yeah, if the US would have got involved heavier, that's where our ships would have got destroyed.
Canada is up to 87 million. Colonies aside, Canada is the 6th most populated country. They're benefiting from the whole democracy stuff. And now that the UK is gone, I'm willing to bet a lot of people from the UK went to Canada. But now that the UK is gone, Canada is going to be gaining more people as well. They're on that growth spurt that places like West Germany's on, the UK was on. I am finally at a point, by the way, where my coal mines are active. All my coal mines are active. My usage is a lot higher now that I got a whole bunch of industry goods factories and coal power plants from the UK. They had a bunch. They had a whole bunch. I stopped expanding my timber production through the usage of building new timber mills because the price of timber's going down. So I don't think I need to intentionally expand my production anymore. Food! I have so much pop at this point, I'm starting to consume food like crazy. So I just occasionally see that, oh, I need food, and I go and I start buying large chunks of it off the world market. UK was one of the only other nations to ever consume uranium, and that was on special ships and stuff, probably. And now they're just out of the race. Damn, you're an exporter of metal ore now? Last I checked, you were an importer. Did you make more metal mines? More ore mines?
I was always trying to make sure I could self-sustain on them.
Yeah, you're an exporter now. That's probably why it's unfavorable. So, not too long ago, I unlocked a new tank, the T90 Mishima. In fact, I've had it for such a small period of time that I haven't made more than one of them. It's a direct upgrade on my previous T90 because I'm pumping out other things I need to modernize, like my anti-air. Oh, I'm pumping out so much anti-air. Or no, these are artillery actually. 9K62s they're called. And already in my research queue, which will finish in 220 to 30 days, is the T94. My next upgrade on my tanks that will replace the T90s and put my new tank, which I barely made any of, just off the fucking production lines, probably before it even gets to the production lines at this rate. Gotta love that rapid modernization. And that's a war. They actually declared war on Grenada. They actually declared war on Grenada. They're actually scripted to declare war on Grenada. I'm condemning that. That's so funny. I'm just gonna save it. I don't plan on getting involved. Grenada wasn't my friend. Although, they did go Warsaw Pact leaning, like, immediately. Now, is the US actually gonna go all the way over there and invade Grenada? Dude, the world market is outraged with them. They had no permissions to do this. Their treaty integrity went down to 53.9%. Oh my god. Maybe the scripts should give them the permission to actually do these wars, you know? Oh my god. The United States has unilaterally broken their defense treaty with Barbados and vice versa. With so many mutual defense pacts have just been broken. Grenada with St. Lucia. St. George broke theirs with, like, everybody in existence. Hold up. No, I said hold up.
I know, I accidentally hit the...
Canada with Grenada. Italy broke their formal alliance with the United States. I'm supporting that. Good job, Italy. Keep it up. Luxembourg broke their formal alliance with Grenada. I just want to support all of this. You have no idea.
Where do you see that? Because I don't see all that yet.
It's over the country capitals. You click. It's one of those secondary alerts.
Oh, shoot.
Kuwait broke mutual defense with Grenada. Qatar. Mutual defense. Wow, dude, this war just sent a fucking... This stupid ass scripted war just sent a fucking shockwave through NATO. People are just breaking mutual defense treaties and all sorts of shit just all around. And it all just stems from the US declaring war on Grenada.
Okay, I'm gonna support all the ones that broke their treaties. And
That's a lot. That is a lot. You'll never support all of them unless you are just crazy. It's mostly people breaking their shit with Grenada now that the US is at war with Grenada. That's most of what it is. But there are little things like Italy breaking their fucking alliance with the United States.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of all this. This is too annoying.
You don't even have to get rid of it. You just don't interact with it. It goes away over time. That's the point of secondary alerts. They're there so they don't bother you, rather than popping up on the left. You can manually set alerts to do that, or to pop up on the left. Like, you have that level of customization. There is a Norwegian TL-1 rover sitting on Grenada, fighting a US ship. And winning.
And here it goes.
Oh god. My war is almost ready too, funny enough. I'll support that war declaration. There is a Norwegian TL-1 rover sitting on Grenada, fighting a US ship. And winning. Like, if you look at all the alerts that popped up from all the countries, it's pretty much the countries choosing between the US and Grenada because they had mutual defenses with both. That's so funny that did that.
I wouldn't say I wanted to auto give justification, but I would like to see countries actually acquire justification like a player.
AI can acquire justification in every single way the player can except one. Except that I'm aware of. I don't think that they can oppose government, or at least if they can, I think they'll only do that to their war opponents. I don't think they'll do it to acquire justification.
I'm just saying they should have that mechanic built in with the whole clicking on
I think they can do it. It's just, unlike a human, they don't plot and be like, hey, I'm gonna fake justification to go to war. The human player is kind of devious in the way we think like that. The AI is coded to be paranoid because we think like that. But they are not programmed to think like a player because, well, they're AI from like 2005. They don't really have that capability.
I wasn't saying for this one specifically. I was talking about, I would like to see the newer one have it.
I wouldn't, because it doesn't make much sense.
Come on, I want the support.
More than likely, if implemented, you just see nations forging justification on each other left and right. But the AI doesn't even see that it's like good to go to war until you have basically 100%, or you're scripted to do so. So I would not want them to have that ability, because having that ability would probably just make them far more warlike, which they already are if you raise the volatility. On higher volatilities, hell, on medium, you'll see crazy amounts of wars. Crazy amounts of wars.
Okay, where are they gonna move their capital? To the port. It's over.
Look at all their patrol boats. You just got a bunch of free patrol boats from fucking 30.
That's if I don't sink them.
Oh god, they take so much damage. Oh god, your tank two-shots them. Oh, okay, they're yours now. Oh hey, there are US merchant marines. But other countries are also sending assistance to Grenada. Who's gonna win? This is the closest I've seen to just NATO being split in half.
If I had the troops, I would just go and target the US right now. While they're having the funnel against all the rest of NATO.
It's not the rest of NATO. They're not that much at any kind of disadvantage right now. They're fighting Grenada. They're sending some ships, but you'd get destroyed even if you had the troops right now. Although their army staff has gone up to like 4 million. Their immigration took a gigantic hit because of this. And so did their tourism, which means their inflation is going to go even lower. This little island is going to have to fall, honestly. I don't really see how this island could last against the US. Even a stupid AI US. They're getting units stacked up on the other tile. They just blasted through the garrison. There goes the Verdeha, now just the one rover from Norway. They passed the 4 mil mark on their deployed units. Oh my god, a French merchant marine. But whose side is it on? Will we find out?
It doesn't matter, they're gonna end up falling.
Oh, it's on the US's side. I was like, if it's not on the US's side, then this could keep the fighting going. But no.
And they got world market advisors, but
yeah, that's
no.
All that did was help their garrison, their singular garrison that they had. And there goes that. And now the moment something with supply lands, it's over. Or a capital ship could probably take it too.
Wait, who's this place on? The one right near the US. What side are they on?
France?
No, the white on the left side, and then the red on the right, and it's mostly red flag.
Oh, Bahrain. Bahrain is actually, from what I saw, is on St. George's side.
Oh, are they gonna make
Grenada's side? Let's see. Are they gonna make this take longer?
Are they gonna make it?
Can they get in there and do some more damage against the US, or are they not gonna do it? Of course it has to freeze right when we reach the border. Come on, game! Stop playing with my feelings like this. I want to see if this shit fucking cranks up to 11. Let's go.
Hey, Raz, at least you don't really have to pause.
Oh,
they got in.
Oh, they got. Oh, that's just a shitty AA. But they got there. So now the US has to kill all these.
More units.
Yeah, the US has to kill these units. Are these really just all a bunch of old ass AA? Are these just a bunch of old ass AA? Can't you send something worth a damn? They got another one coming. I want more people that are against the US to come here. I want this island to be an infinite fight between an AI US that doesn't know how to handle this and its former friends who just keep escalating things. That would be great. It's not going to happen. The US will win this, give them enough time.
Oh, it won't take much longer unless there's more units.
Look at my Majestic class carrier off the coast of Venezuela. That was British.
Hey, let me get some alliances with them real quick, and I'll go save some of my troops there.
Ha! 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 That'd be funny.
I'm actually going to try that.
They landed high-speed tractor cargos, the US. If these actually get to the Abrams, they do some good, but they're not at the Abrams.
Guess what? Grenada doesn't want my help.
Yeah, they still hate us. They went to leaning with us, so if we threw money at them, they would flip, but I don't give a shit.
They're not going to survive that long.
They went from a deep blue to leaning red, though, so there's proof that once people start getting declared war on by the other side, it's easy to get them on our side.
But so it's a light difference.
It's time to go to war, ladies and gentlemen.
Have fun in your war, I'll support it.
War! Oh my god, the air power. I didn't even tell this to do this. Fuck.
Alright, I'm gonna watch the other war to see how long it takes to fall.
Ireland. I'm gonna
sending AA guns sitting on that cap.
Hey man, whatever keeps the US at war longer, because that means they're gonna have all their troops deployed and be spending an obscene amount of money. I am destroying Ireland's troops like it's not even a contest. Most of this is AA. Oh, good God.
Yes, but the U.S. is already at 4.24 million people.
That's
in
my
their
point.
army
It's getting
staff.
worse and worse. Their finances are just... They're gonna just fucking die, their finances. At this rate.
Yeah, they're at 33 billion.
Not to mention, if they militarize more, then their costs, like, they're gonna start using military goods and stuff, and then we can make a buck.
Yeah, I'm already profiting off of this. I went down to like 400 mil, and I'm already at 7.5 billion.
We took their capital.
Alright, time to go down here and see if it's...
I took Dublin.
Oh, it's just idle right now. The U.S. gave
Ireland
up.
surrendered. I took
US
Ireland
hesitating.
faster than the US AI can take Grenada.
That's because the U.S. didn't have enough units over there, and France can't help right now because
The US could
the US
destroy this island in an instant if they wanted. It's just their AI's dumb and doesn't see it as enough of a threat to send large amounts of units or anything. Oh, Grenada died.
Oh, Grenada fell. Rip Grenada.
Flashlight for Grenada.
But hey, man, how about this How about the Falklands?
So they have the world market still outraged at them. Their treaty integrity is so low it will take a while to recover. They just lost an alliance or two and broke a bunch of mutual defense pacts. Interesting development. I was trying to figure out if I needed to scrap much stuff because I got a new land production and 2 new naval. I scrapped the land production because I don't feel like I need more. The navals I want to keep because my navy's very important right now. And luckily, they're about to build 3 new lands, so it should put them above me on the Fabs list again, which will be good for me.
If I use yours as a benchmark, I should be good.
Wait, my what? What are you looking at?
Your production facility totals.
Just sort by mine, and you'll be good.
I sorted by land production. Build capacity, I mean.
Yeah,
So
mine's up at the
73.
top. Ignore missile. Missile doesn't count.
Okay, so 69 then.
Me and them both have exactly 69. They're gonna have 72. So you can safely have 71, excluding missile. You can have as many missile as you want.
I was going to be at 74.
US is at 4.33 million. Are they not putting their fucking troops away? Also, the US's inflation has turned into deflation. I'm gonna go ahead and do for Korea what I did for a lot of other people. I'm trading them some early designs. They're making like exclusively combat engineers. I like to see them make a little bit something else, so I'm sending them certain designs from 40s and at the most advanced the early 50s. I'm gonna do something I haven't done for anybody, and I'm gonna give a BRDM design, one of my recons, but I'm gonna just give the BRDM one. It's nowhere near as good as the other BRDMs. I'm gonna give that to Japan to improve their recon past the early 40s Italian shit I gave them. They're my colony, I might as well, right? They're pretty good on everything else. Just a free BRDM 1 design. Even if someone stole that, it wouldn't be worth much today. The BRDM 2 is more than twice as good as it. A system that would be so much nicer and closer to real life is if you could have certain designs and countries could come to you and, like, order a certain number of units of a design from you. Like, let's say you're playing as Spain, and you really want Abrams. You could go to the US and ask to purchase an order of X amount of Abrams, which would then be put into their build queue, and then they'd make it and then send it your way, like, immediately. One day till my BMP-4A is ready. BMP from 2007. Dude, for the past, like, fucking 20 years worth of tech, there's been, like, marginal improvements every iteration. This is why I say that tech lasts a long time. You know what's funny? The event said that the United States was going to enforce the elected democratic systems of Grenada in Grenada. They just annexed it. They just fucking annexed it. That's one thing that I hope changes about the AI in future games, is they always annex shit. They rarely do anything else. I've seen them do other things, but it's rare compared to how much they're just willing to annex everything. First time I did a World War II scenario, I was really hoping that, like, the UK was kicking Germany's ass, and I was really hoping to see them just release everything. No, they just annexed all of Europe, and then they freed Poland, who was at war with the USSR, and then they went through Poland to invade the USSR, and then made Poland take over the entire USSR, which was annexed.
I'm putting a lot of barracks in each of that spot so I can stack more and more units there. Because think about it, I have fortification.
Now, if you really want to impress me, you'll research Trump ideology and build a wall.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
I'll think about it.
Your credit rating's down to 65. Deflation's at 1.3. Army staff 5.21 million. Oh. How do you even? You know what's impressive about the fact that their credit rating keeps dropping? Is the fact that I haven't seen them really take out much debt in a while. They just took out some. They're not taking out the giant amounts they used to, and they're taking out much smaller amounts now that their credit rating's so low and their population is deflating.
It's probably coming back to bite them because your ability to take out decent chunks of debt gets decreased.
Yeah.
The lower the world market, the lower your credit rating.
Yeah. What the world market thinks of you does matter as well. But their credit rating's still just dropping. Yeah, they're just taking out smaller amounts of debt. Just a few billion at a time rather than giant amounts. It's finally catching up to them now that they've done what they've done. If they didn't do this, it would not catch up to them in the slightest. But because they did this, there you go. Send Syria some designs. This Palestine doesn't have any land fab, so they don't need any designs. Damn it, Cuba. We miss you.
Cuba died.
We miss you, Cuba. Free Cuba! Oh, I can ask Cuba for an alliance even though they're dead. I wonder how that works. Credit rating down to 50%. Army staff seems to be starting to kind of teeter out around 5.3-ish mil. Damn, my AI is pumping the fuck out of these artillery pieces. Like, all 32 slots right now are dedicated to artillery pieces, and all the pending units are artillery. God, with NATO's troops so severely decimated in the war against the UK, with the United States starting to run out of money, France never truly having completely rebounded from what happened regarding their over-militarization with Vietnam, it's really starting to go our way. Somehow some of my airplanes got into Central America. They have a very short range, so I don't fully understand how they did it. I have no idea how they managed that. They don't have the range to do it, quite frankly.
Brez, I have a question.
Yes?
How did one of your interceptors get to Chihuahua?
Well, like I said, I have planes in Central America. I just pointed that out to you. I don't know how any of them got there, but I currently have 12 planes active in Central America, and I really don't know how they got there. So solar outputs more than hydro. It outputs more than other. Other is just like an older version of wind and solar, I guess. Solar outputs more than it. Costs only a little bit more in maintenance. Bigger upstart fee. Same amount of build time. A little less industrial goods. Okay, so there's... you don't need other when you can get solar, it seems. hydro has a much larger upfront cost, mostly in goods. Not so much different in money. Takes a little bit longer to make. The big advantage of hydro, it seems, is just the less maintenance fee, but the the max possible output might make up the difference. And you can place solar literally wherever the fuck you want and get the same exact output, which is a little unrealistic. Whereas hydro has to be placed where there's a source for hydro. Well, hey, the hydros can hold missiles, the solars can't. Solar is probably what I'm looking at so far, the best bang for your buck, in that it's a lot cheaper to make than hydro. It seems to have similar maintenance fees per the output you get. It might be a little better in terms of the maintenance fees, but there's so much less industry goods involved, and you can build them faster. And it's even a little cheaper upfront money-wise as well. The advanced solar, when you get it, just seems to be potentially one of the best options. Debatable still if it's better than nuclear or not, but it doesn't need an input of anything.
I just realized something.
What's that?
Once I take the US, I'm gonna end up with the MILCAT penalty.
Not if you colonize the US. Well, actually, wait a minute. No, yeah, you will. I mean, in fact, you'll probably end up with both of them. But I mean, at that point, who cares?
Yeah, it'll be over, but I just realized...
At that point, it's like, well, the US is dead, Europe won't stand a chance, and anybody else, it's like, yeah, sorry for you, because you suck. And you can't do anything about this. Side note, I've just unlocked the T-94s, which are a definite upgrade from the T-90 Bishimas that I only ever really made one of. They don't go as far, they go a little bit faster, their combat stats are just generally better in every regard. A little more maintenance, but I'd say it's worth it. Ooh, a new nuke, it's called Witchcraft. It's a worldwide design.
Attack the US with some witchcraft.
That's Nigeria just had a coup d'etat, and they're deep in the red. Oh my god, free Nigeria. Free Nigeria, demo. That's a free fucking Nigeria. And Nigeria, despite having no military production, actually does have a pretty sizable military deployed all over the world right now. And we just got a free Nigeria.
I get everything short of a formal.
That'll give me a 34th ally once they accept it. Ooh, ooh! Oh my good god! Allying with them, I just revealed so much more of their military. Like, it looked like they had a couple troops in their land and that's it. Even with 100% satellite coverage. I got the alliance, and it's just like the number went times 10. Oh god, what does that mean for places like the US? Well, yeah, these guys have a lot of troops for someone that has no military production at all. They must have bought a lot of it. Side note, my world market opinion is just not budging from satisfied. And some time has passed. The US isn't budging from disapproving either. I don't remember it taking so long to change. I'm going to do my little test and send some of my smaller colonies that are actually doing somewhat okay on their own, even in their debt cap, that have smaller debt caps. I'm just going to send them a bunch of money. I'm going to send them more money than they are even in debt of, and see what that does for them. Because I can do that for some of these smaller countries that barely have any debt. The bigger ones like Ukraine, though, that's another story. So I just sent Estonia and Latvia nearly 2 bill each, which is a lot for them, because they're pretty small.
I guess I could try that with my colonies.
Your colonies are all large, though. You don't have any colonies like Estonia and Latvia that have 2.5 million people. I'm only doing these two just so I can get some nice trades the world market can approve of. And I'm pretty sure Estonia and Latvia have given me more than that amount of money in resources and money since the start of the playthrough. So, as an experiment, give them each like 2 bill, see what they do with it. Moldova, you're getting the next stimulus package of... You're gonna get a little over 2 bill. You're a bigger colony. Fucking Soviet Georgia Republic is only even in 691 million worth of debt. Uzbekistan is fucking 8 bill in. Little by little, these two choose to pay off debt alongside buying their necessities, Estonia and Latvia. Not so shabby.
It's just they don't have much, so it's hard for them.
They're just going at it little by little. Their debt comes in an amount of like 6 million each. How many different series of bonds do they fucking have to have this much debt? That's kind of funny. I have money again. So now Soviet Georgia Republic, you have a lot less debt. You have more people though. I'm still just gonna send you a little under, no, exactly 2 billion. Here you go, enjoy. Well, the world market's pleased with me. I don't know if that's a time thing or if sending all these stipends contributed to it. So far, it seems like they're using the money pretty well, these smaller places. They like to pay off debt and otherwise hold enough to use on necessities. They're moving at a slow but sure pace. Now, somewhere like, looking at colonies now, once we get to Uzbekistan with like an 8 billion debt, that's a little more complicated to stipend out. And Ukraine at their 166 million debt, that's just not happening. And Japan at their nearly 700 billion debt, also just not happening. I'm throwing some ancient fucking texts, like 30s texts and stuff, at my some of my colonies. Stuff that everybody in the world has at this point, pretty much. I haven't decided if I want to send Uzbekistan any money. I've sent them some texts and some designs and stuff, but they're just deeper in the hole than some other countries. Estonia went through some money really quickly all of a sudden. Close to $1 billion just sort of went somewhere. I don't know if they just randomly bought a bunch of goods they needed, or Latvia is still holding a pretty good amount of money. I think I'm going to focus more on these smaller countries when it comes with money. Because I see they like to have more than their debt before they start paying off their debt. This is literally just a way of trading, essentially, to make sure the world market keeps liking me more and more. So let's send another 2 billion to Estonia. Ukraine, again, is just gonna get fucking annexed.
Oh, I've been looking at transports, and I don't see anything that's technically better than the large civ cargo from 1940.
You do end up finding some. The transports can be weird to look at if you don't know what you're looking for. The large civ cargo is meant to fulfill a very specific purpose, and that is to bring up to 5,000 tons of supplies from point A to point B. I have something that can bring 23,000 tons of cargo from point A to point B, 10,000 more km than the large civ cargo can, a little slower, a lot more maintenance, but it can also load troops and away from the docks, so it can be used for landing non-naval units at, like non-amphibious units at amphibious zones, as well as transporting just an excessive amount of supplies compared to the large civ cargo.